So hello and welcome to another banknote video. So every Thursday we actually have videos on banknotes, and in today's video we're going to have a look at two of Danish's pretty nice banknotes. So this country, Denmark, is a country in Northern Europe, north of Germany, which it actually shares the land border with. Sweden and Norway are to the north, but it doesn't, only has a sea border. And these banknotes are issued in kroner. So 10 kroner. So if you take the R off, you have the singular. Oops. If you take the R off, you have singular. And if you put the R on, you have the plural. So there's you have a 10 kroner. So T is similar to 10. Because Denmark, Danish, and English are part of the Germanic language family. So they derive from a similar language probably about 3,500–4,000 years ago, along with German, Icelandic, Faroes, Dutch, and it is related to French for a longer pathway, and to Greek, as well as Romanian and Albanian. And these are all part of the Indo-European language family. So a lot of these words you'll probably find similar. So anyway, let's talk about banknotes. So this is the actual banknote that was first introduced in 1911 and last printed in 1944. And how do you actually tell the actual date of the banknote? Do you tell it from the serial numbers? No. How about the actual signatures? No. Oh, look, it has a date on the actual banknote. So that's how you actually tell these banknotes they have dates, because these signatures are on different dates as well. And every year they actually have different signature combinations for these type of banknotes. So usually this side is a long period of a signature, and this side is one of 3 or 4 different types of signatures issued for a certain date. And as you can see, this is Q. So Q can be a prefix or a suffix. So you've got a suffix there, you've got a prefix. So pre is before, suff is after. The serial number is actually the same. And nice, beautiful banknote. Just contains plants. So I'm not too sure what plants they actually are. If anyone knows, please leave a comment down below. And here we have the Latin god Mercury. So that's the Roman god. And we have 3 hereditary lions. And these are supposed to be lily pads in the shape of hearts. And this is the coat of arms of Denmark, or the smaller coat of arms. The bigger coat of arms has a coat of arms on it, like the Greenland and the Faroe coat of arms. And this is actually quite nice, it has flowers here. Look like some type of daisy. Quite a nice banknote. But the curious thing that I like about this banknote is if we actually have a look at the watermark, and you can see we actually have some flowers here. We have 10, another flower there. And if we look over down below, looks like it's got Denmark and 10 kroner as a watermark. So that's actually quite a complicated watermark feature, and issued in 1913. So that is a very nice banknote. I actually quite like these banknotes, very good. And this one probably cost you about $10 to buy, but we'll have a look and see how much they actually cost on eBay. Then we have the banknotes they issued in the 1950s. So it's a pity I don't have any more Danish banknotes. It's actually quite good. So this one has Andersen, Hans Christian Andersen. It's an author. And that's actually, look, it's got a receding hairline. And here we actually have a bird. I'll need to look that up. And that is actually a stork, probably a white stork. And the curious thing about these banknotes is that you've got this serial number here, but the 6 and the 9, so the 2 numbers in the middle, are actually the dates. So this banknote dates from 1969. And that was introduced in Denmark in 1950. So you notice that Australia does have, where's the $5 banknote? Does have the actual date in the banknotes. So this is the first number. That's actually taken from the Swiss banknotes, which actually have the first two numbers as the actual date as well. That was introduced in the 70s, so this is 1950s. And Denmark still uses this system to date their banknotes instead of actually having to print the actual date. So it's actually a lot better because you don't have to keep changing the actual design to put in the actual date. So this is from 1969, A6. In the catalogs, it actually has A6 with a different signature combination. So this is probably one that's not in a lot of catalogs. And if we have a look at the actual watermark, it's just 10s in the background. So you've got 10 there, 10 there, 10 there. And on the actual back, we have the Egerskov windmill on Finn Island. So you can see the actual windmill there. We have a lot of plants. Must be winter time because there are no leaves on the actual plants, indicating that it's a winter time period for the northern hemisphere, which a lot of angiosperms actually lose their leaves. And there's the numbers. I actually quite like the actual design of this banknote with the actual borders up the top instead of borders going around. Very, very beautiful design. And they issued these in 5, 10, 50, 100 and 500 krona. The 50, 100 and 500 actually quite hard to get. The 500 had an exchange rate of about $100. So you're probably looking at a few $100s just to get that banknote. And how much would you actually be paying for this? I reckon about $5 or $10, but let's have a look at eBay. So here I actually have some. So the first two are actually the lowest. That is the lowest. Yeah, I've got it lowest. And as you can see, I've got $18. That one's a $9.39. Free postage, and another $18 with $2 postage. So these are actually more expensive than what I remember, but you can get them cheaper with a higher postage. So if you're looking at postage, you're probably about $10 to $20 per banknote. So then you got other banknotes. Norway, well, they get pretty expensive, and that's another nice series. Here's an issue that replaced. So that's the banknote actually replaced this one between 1944 and 50. It's not as nice a series. Then we have other ones. If we go down international sales, oh yeah, this one's actually nice. Just $1.30 at the moment. 1943. Then got 13, free postage. Yeah, might look into that. And another thing is that the exchange rate currently is these were worth about $2 in exchange rate. The exchange rate actually fluctuated. The Australian currency has actually lost more value than the actual Danish currency, and that the Danish currency has been quite stable over the past 150 years that it's been in circulation, or 140 years, 1873 I think. 1870, I can't remember when it was actually introduced. And as you can see, they get a bit more expensive. So between $10 and $20 is what you're going to pay for these banknotes. And oh yeah, that one, these two has a 50 krona. I'm not, they're not real. Damn, I should have looked at that. So reprint, this is actually going to be a lot hard to actually get. And just something to look at if you're actually getting interested in Danish banknotes. So let's have a look at the 100 kroner. We'll see how much they actually cost. Okay, so we've got more modern ones. So here's the actual one from the 70s and 80s. And then you got the modern one, 1962, $300. No, I don't see any of the older banknotes. Pretty much. Here you go. For $400 for that one. 1944. Is there one from the previous series? 65. So that banknote is actually the same as this one. $72. And no, I don't see any from the World War II and before period. So that would make it actually quite a scarce and expensive banknote. So this series is going to be hard to get higher up the actual grade. So anyway, I hope this video helps you with banknotes that you should probably look into from Denmark. If you can get these for under $10, I'd say probably buy it, definitely. And they're in this type of grade. If they're like ripped, then I always miss out on ripped banknotes mostly. But under $10 in this grade, definitely. And if you want to resell it, you can probably sell it for at least double. And I'll leave a link down below to eBay Danish banknotes. And thank you for watching my video, and have an awesome banknote and coin collecting time. Thank you and goodbye.